Hey y'all, and welcome back to the Sprinkle Factory YouTube channel where we cover everything culinary. This is Chef Sprinkle here, and I am back with another recipe. Before we get into today's recipe, I want to let you guys know that my cookbook, Just a Sprinkle, the cookbook, is actually on sale, the digital copy on my website. So make sure you guys check that out. The link is in the description down below. Make sure you subscribe, turn on those post notifications so you can become a Sprinkle family member too. Today, the recipe that we are going to prepare is hot Cheeto Elote. Super simple, guys. I don't necessarily even call this a recipe, more so steps to putting it together. But of course, as always, I have your back and I'll walk you right through it. Now, before we get started with the actual hot Cheeto crumbs, we do want to make sure that we actually cook our corn. So I have some boiling water here, and I'm going to add about a tablespoon of salt to the water to make sure that we are salting the corn as we are cooking it, just to enhance the flavor. We're going to put the corn in the boiling water. We're going to boil it for about 8 minutes, you guys. 8 minutes for me is perfect. If you like your corn a little softer, of course, keep it in a couple of more minutes. Do not overcook it though, because as you know, corn does become very mushy and very gummy. What we're going to start with as far as the hot Cheetos is we're going to start with the hot Cheeto puffs. This is actually my favorite topping. I'm not too big on spice. I will eat it occasionally, but I definitely cannot go overboard with it. But we just want to go ahead and blend it up to a fine crumb, and we're going to repeat that with our hot Cheetos. And the measurements, you guys, for how much of each of the Cheetos I've used is actually going to be at the bottom of the screen. So the regular Cheetos was 1.5 cups, and then you're going to use about 2 cups of the hot Cheetos for the ears of corn. I am making 4 ears of corn, and this actually is the perfect amount to coat each of them. So we have ranch here, we have Cotija cheese, we also have queso dip, white cheese queso dip. We have some limes. We have some essentials here, like the skewers that we're going to stick into the corn, just to make it a little bit easier to handle. So once the corn has been boiling for 8 minutes, you want to carefully remove it from the boiling water. Of course, it's going to be hot. Because we are going to use several creamy sauces to do this, we want to let it cool for about 3 minutes so the sauces don't just melt right off of the corn. I'm going to go ahead and skewer my corn. Again, this is just to make it easier to handle. If you wanted to serve them like this, that's perfectly fine. They actually would be pretty cool and easy to handle. Now, I am going to do my corn so many different ways. This is totally up to you. This first one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually be using ranch as the glue, per se, to stick the Cheetos on the corn. Now, classic elote, you use mayo. I've seen people use butter. I'm not a fan of the butter with the greasy chips on the corn. So I do prefer the ranch because it gives it another layer and boost of flavor. So it's actually really delicious. So we're going to fully cover our ear of corn, and it's super simple, guys. These are your elotes, so make them the way that you're going to make them. With this one, I'm just going to make a cool design and kind of alternate the colors just for the visual effect and of course the difference in taste. And then I'm just going to continue until all of my corn is covered. Now for the next one, guys, I'm going to switch it up, and I'm actually going to use the Queso as the glue, and I'm going to roll it in the regular Cheetos. This is actually my favorite. It is super, super delicious. Just like that. Again, it's your corn. It's your love that you're putting into feeding your guests and your family and your friends. So make it totally how you would like to. While I do have your attention, though, I did want to show you how to make a classic elote. It's going to start with mayo. You're going to make sure that you cover that completely. After that, you're going to sprinkle it with cotija cheese. I personally like extra cheese, but that's totally up to you. And then after that, you're going to add your lime salt and a squeeze of lemon, and that is your classic elote, you guys. I just wanted to squeeze this in here so this way you can use this recipe as well. But of course, the hot Cheeto is perfectly delicious, and the classic is just as delicious. We are going to garnish it with some Just a Sprinkle. Again, we're going to hit it with a squeeze of lime. And of course, my personal favorite, Just a Sprinkle all-purpose seasoning. This is not traditional, guys, but it bumps it up 1,000 notches, okay? Of course, our all-purpose Just a Sprinkle seasoning can be found on the website as well, and again, that description is down, that link is down in the description, you guys. Again, this recipe is super simple, but of course, now that we're done in true Sprinkle Factory fashion, let's slow it down with a slow-mo. And just like that, you guys, you have made hot Cheeto Elote. Switch up your chips. You can use Doritos, you can use taquitos, you can use Takis, anything that your heart desires. Make sure you guys DM me, email me pictures of your creations. I would love to see them. I love y'all. And as my grandma would say, this recipe is finger licking time. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and as always, I'll see y'all next time.